them shirts.
It's not too bad. It's the black and white one. We enjoy it.
All right, I think we're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live.
We're live.
And that's that little live thing in the corner.
That it is.
What the FiGPiN?
What the FiGPiN?
What the FiGPiN? Welcome to an amazing Tuesday night episode 41, I believe. We have an amazing guest for you tonight. I am Battle, one of your hosts. We have John and Punk Zandy, or JC Gotts. How are you two doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, Battle?
Just got off work. It's been a long couple days, but get to drive home at least. It's only like 40 minutes away, so I can't complain.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
what about
I'm
you,
doing,
John?
I'm doing well. I actually.
Oh, that's the man, the myth, the legend.
There
awesome.
it was, yeah.
Drop in.
There's the J2 design person.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
So I'm doing well. I just learned that I can actually rename people that join us on here. So I did that for HotMelonz, and then I'm not sure if Alex has even noticed that I changed her name.
I noticed.
I love Dragon Ball. But
yep,
had to go ahead and just make sure that DVC is greater than MHA. So,
which we're going to touch on later, but we have an epic DBZ drop, so we'll hold that for the later show. But I think the name is very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, we have our wonderful guest tonight, Dylan, Mr. HotMelonz. How are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. Work's going all right. I work maintenance at an old person home, and it's pretty slow lately. Only a couple new apartments to clean out and stuff, but other than that, going pretty smooth.
Well, that's good. That's definitely glad to hear. Right off the bat, I will say I love your Praise the Sun pin you got on.
I was prepared because even before I got a list of what some of the questions would be, I knew I was going to be asked which one I spent the most money on.
Heck yeah.
It's got to be this one.
Oh man! And then my next right off the bat question to you is: are you sitting on your stairs, your wall of stair frame that I saw you post recently?
Yeah, I did see that post.
Yeah, I got a couple more to hang up, and a couple of them like stuck in cardboard boxes, debating on how to lay them out. My partner's a little bit more slapdash with it. Mine have to be straight. They gotta be perfectly on there.
Man, that is an epic wall you have going on. How many of those do you have now?
Right now we got, I think, 7 hung up, and definitely enough to fill up another 1 or 2 for sure.
Wow.
I'm thinking doing Batman versus Spider-Man on the next one.
Dang, that would be awesome.
Very nice.
They need a couple more Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles from the 90s movie, of course. That way I could do a MMPR versus TMNT. Boy, that would be super cool.
With all these releases, I got to keep reorganizing them.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That would be kind of a nightmare, I bet.
Yeah, I got to come up with some sort of system.
Speaking of releases, did you see FiGPiN DB post that calendar last week with every day of the week having a pin be released or pre-orderable?
Multiple pins? Jeez Louise, that was a crazy week.
Yeah, last week was pretty nuts. There wasn't a day that there wasn't a new pin announced or something that could be ordered. So,
well, let's see. Can we even recap all of them? I know there was
Thor was orderable on Wednesday. The new Thor Love and Thunder pins. You had I know this the Halloween Hello Kitty pins.
The bone ones, right?
Yep. These
that
guys.
one was a cool one.
Yeah, these.
Oh, nice. They're already in. That's cool.
Yep.
How about Namor? How do you say him from
Namor?
AMC?
Yep.
There was the Rapunzel and Merida from Fry Guy exclusives.
Yep. The Little Mermaid as well being a hot topic there.
No, that's right.
Hot topic, man. We got to cover that a little bit later. Jeez Louise. Man, well, I'm going to make that lead into my next segment. Before I can move on any farther, I've been super excited to talk about this. If anybody hasn't heard already or doesn't follow our epic sponsor, Pops and Pins. Make sure you go to their website, follow them on IG. Tomorrow they have an amazing launch and a, I guess, like bundle going on. So maybe one of you guys can pull it up and kind of fill us in on what that says. But I think it's at 11 or 12, depending on what time frame he put it at. And he has what number is his pin that's coming out?
Mate, you're asking a lot of tough questions, man.
Right?
Say,
All at
pull up
once.
the number off the top.
All at
Gee.
once.
His
Man.
pin number is 9. Jeez Louise, I'm so sorry.
How can we keep up? There's been so many releases. It's like, and they're under 1,000, and we have way over 1,000
He's
now. So
number
it's like,
960. Akaza
Ooh.
is number 960 tomorrow.
man, have you guys seen that picture he posted recently? He has them all laid out and he's standing there. Oh,
Yep.
what an epic pin. Isn't that such a good one?
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely agreed.
Just
So
more
I think
APs
that's
I have to
happening.
get to keep my collection complete.
That's going to be a whatnot he's doing it on, right?
Yes.
I believe if you are a whatnot follower already, if you sign up and use Lutz's or Pops and Pins entry code, I think you get a discount, either a percentage or a certain amount off for your first time. So if you haven't done it yet, sign up for What's Not, follow Pops and Pins, get ready for tomorrow because it's going to be awesome.
Definitely. And before we get into with Dylan, I just wanted to go ahead and shout out to everyone that is on the comments with us. So we have Colorful Jamie being our very first commenter today, Van Harris
Colorful.
with his iconic pew pew, Zero, Nearby Leprechaun, Cosmo, Queen Nerd, Pinup, Steve Morris, Getty Up, CNES, Vader Joe, Michael Carrier, Sound Warp, Sean Robinson, Brad Gallagher, Frankenstein, Zero, H. Langley. I'm not sure if I've seen that person before, but SP Dragon Ball, Robert Gibbons, Midnight Geek is in the house, Jose Escobar, and then the Frozen Sith. A lot of people go ahead and just keep commenting, so it's tough to go ahead and keep looking at it. We do have Hot Tamale with us from FiGPiN, so that's cool.
All right, welcome to
And
the
now you're making me
show.
wish I set this up on the computer so I could be looking at the chat too.
It's all right, man. We'll go ahead and we'll keep you appraised with what's happening here. But I will I'll go ahead and give it up back to Battle and Alex, and we'll go ahead and start chatting with you a little bit more, Dylan. Thank you again for joining us.
So, Dylan, can you kind of tell us a little bit about your history, how you got into FiGPiN, when and how you started collecting?
I'm pretty sure it was when the Kingdom Hearts pins first released. I went to actually pre-release Kingdom Hearts. Went to pre-order the Kingdom Hearts 3. They had a pre-order bonus that was some other little pin set. It was the characters from in their Toy Story whatever versions and stuff. And I saw Sora on the shelf. That was probably the first Fig pin I bought. And very quickly after, I got the whole lineup of those. And then I saw that they had DBZ ones, and it was just game over. I already had like half a board full of other pins and stuff. And now, I mean, I got the Fig pins are definitely winning. Like, I just filled up the first board of like other ones, and I got like this many of the Fig pins. Like, as soon as that happened, I looked up when that released, and I saw it came out in 2019. I'm like, no way, it had to be earlier than that. And I saw that those pins actually came out in 2018. So, I mean, I'm still fighting for the ones that came out in 2017, but since then, I've been trying to like pick up nearly almost every one.
Dang, so OG,
Very nice.
That's cool.
So, and it's funny that you bring up pins that, released before some of us started collecting, because if you can tell, I'm missing number 1 right up
Yeah,
there.
that's
So Mike Piazza came in like a, I'm going to say treasure box, but it was, kind of like one of those like loot crate things. That's the word I was looking for. But I don't know exactly what came in the loot crate with the FiGPiN. So have you guys ever heard like what else was part of the loot crate with the Mike Piazza FiGPiN?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if anyone knows, if anyone actually, an OG collector actually knows what the loot crate came with the Mike Piazza FiGPiN. So
Dang, that would be so cool.
I know number 2 Goku was similar with some Best Buy collector's crate.
Yep.
I was talking to some other Dragon Ball collectors, and the guy bought it just for the pint glass. Ended up getting a DBZ Grail and later on collecting FiGPiNs, and like had no idea. That's actually one of the very few I had to get without a box or backer card and stuff. So if they ever offer replacement backer cards, that'd be crazy to get one for number 2. I think that'd be very unlikely, but that'd be awesome.
Wait, so you have number 2, but just the pin?
Yeah, just the pin.
Wow. Well, hey, still, I mean, you got an awesome pin on you. Do you know what the what sequence you were with it?
Not off the top of my head.
Yep. And it's crazy that it's Grail status, and that pin is, like a plus 5,000 lot size there. But Best Buy lost, that loot crate version of it. So it's not a very limited amount of people have that pin.
I wonder how many have truly been unlocked so far, because it's such a large number that it takes so long to get cohorts. I wonder if somebody just has them sitting in their house, because every now and then you still see them pop up in the UR, brand new lock. Like, I think somebody's just like, this is a Grail, bam, 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 making
Very
some
possible.
money.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
That's what I feel like happened with the Org 13 Mickeys. This
Man, that
thing
was
is just so hard
such
to find.
that was a crazy pin.
Mm-hmm. I think
remember?
either something happened with Disney collectors really wanted it or something.
Do you remember what the LE was on that?
I'm pretty
I
sure
know it
above
wasn't
3,000.
tiny.
I'm pretty sure it's
So,
above
yeah.
3,000 battle.
So it's still sitting there somewhere. Someone has it. Someone's sitting on it. That's wild.
Well, that's a Target issue. That Target lost those pins as well, and because that's a Target exclusive. There's actually only 5%. Sorry, I was way off. It's actually almost close to 5,000. It's 49.32 for the Org 13 Mickey.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, man, I think
There's a
Khalid
shipment of
was.
those in somewhere.
I think I was actually able to find one of those pins, so I was super lucky. I don't know, maybe one of y'all helped me get it, but I think I found that one on a shelf, if I'm not mistaken, just by chance. But maybe that one was actually a help out, and maybe I just found Sora or whatever the other one was that came out at the same time.
Yeah. So funny story about that is I found the pin as well at my Target. I actually think there was 2 of them when they first came out. Got both of them. I believe I helped someone out with it when it first, when they first dropped. And then, it was
It's
months
probably
later.
me.
It possibly was, yeah. Months later, it was, there was 3 more showed up on the shelf, and I was like, oh, I don't need it. Like, it's 4,900 pins. Like, I'm not going to pick up this. And then I heard like, oh, people are looking for this pin. And I was like, I'll go grab the 3 of them. And I gave them away to, 3 people that would not give them away. They paid me for it, but I only charged the retail plus shipping for it. So the 3 people were very appreciative that, it was $100 pin at that point, and they were happy too. So I remember that there are 3 people. So hopefully you guys aren't flipping that pin that I could have done it myself.
Man, it's a fear. It's a true fear.
Yep.
So I guess, Dylan, my one question to you is, what is it about FiGPiN that put you on this slippery slope? I mean, I know it was Kingdom Hearts, then you found some DBZ, but what was it that caught you about it? And then what made you jump off that deep end?
I mean, really just the quality of the pins themselves. I mean, definitely hard enamel over soft enamel for me. There's very few pins, I think, that do soft enamel well. And just the case, the whole display, just like you hear Mono say it every time, the whole luxury feel and stuff, all about that. Just $15, you get this nice, beautiful case, beautiful pin. I mean, at this point, I've given them out as gifts to, last Friday, I gave out 2 to each of the postal workers in town that I send my shipments out with, and then 1 to the local guy here that manages the PO box. So, I'm even giving them to my postal workers now. I mean, my siblings for birthdays and stuff. Like, they're just, I don't know. They're a good gift, bunch of different characters. You can usually find something somebody likes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of funny you say that you hand them out as gifts, and it really gets people amped up. It was actually, I'm almost positive it was New York City Comic Con. I had bought a couple pins, extra. I think I got an extra Bond. I think like a Winnie the Pooh and like one or two extras. And I was walking down the road, and there was a few people as we were walking would either see the shirt or you know, just happen to see like Comic-Con something. And if they start talking FiGPiN, got interested, I'd be like, hey, check this out. And I'd be like, dang, this thing is sick. I was like, it was yours. And they were just like, you're kidding me, right? This thing? I'm like, yeah, it's a con exclusive. And they lost their mind. So it's a neat gift.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I've noticed here and there, I'm running into even more people that like even know what FiGPiN is. It's just the pharmacy the other day, and some guy saw one of the pins on my shirt and like noticed it, and I was like, phew. He was actually at NYCC, talked about it. He was at Pen Club and all this other stuff. Like, recognized the FiGPiN. It was like one of the first times that happened in public, so that was pretty cool.
They're growing.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Super cool.
Well, I mean, you had already mentioned it before, and so I assume you're prepared. And you know, if your significant other is there and doesn't know, they can earmuff it. You know, how much did you spend on a single FiGPiN? So
she this board here, the MHA one, that's mostly her.
Nice.
Pungzandy approved.
I'm safe because I suckered her into it too. But definitely most expensive would have to be Solaire here or the Ultra, because I didn't manage to get the Ultra on release. So I paid, I think, just over $250 for each of them when all was said and done.
Which really I don't think is terrible. It's too much, way too much, but definitely not terrible. That's for sure.
One of the white and gold Gokus got close the one time, and the miniature MHAs, Momo and Suya, those ones were hard.
Those are good pins too.
Yeah,
definitely neat. Didn't you just have them in the UR recently? I think I might have boosted one of them.
I have so many unflipped cards. I'm like sort of on the cusp of the top 50, but also like points to me. I care and I don't. Like, I want to see where I end up on the top 50. But other than that, like APs, this, that, the other, all the numbers and sequences, to me, it's like just the pin is what matters. First edition, I sort of care about, but other than that, it's really about the pin itself.
Do you wear a different pin on the daily? I know you said a couple people mentioned them.
When it's warmer out, I tend to, because the outfits are a little bit warmer. I usually wear one of my Carhartt hoodies and stuff. It's not quite every day, because I don't always remember to change one out and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been starting to, especially because with job I started almost half a year ago now. I can wear whatever I want to work.
Nice.
And it's a little bit more relaxed. Although it's a lot harder to get pins that the residents there recognize, because now I work with the elderly and disabled. So it's hard to get, like, I gotta wear the older Disney pins and all that other stuff. They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Before I was working in a high rise where it was just like anybody and everybody was living there, and I could wear whatever, and somebody would notice it and be like, oh, hey, that's cool. Going in and out of elevators and stuff.
That's fun. I miss wearing my pins every day. One of these days I'll get back to it.
Yeah, usually don't wear with this one though. This one's just for now.
Awesome. Well, we're appreciative that you went ahead and wore it for the show. So H. Langley went ahead and said that she's paid more than that for her glitter Minetta than what you shared with you.
Oh, that's my partner.
Yep.
She got that with the bundle though, so I never even knew the exact amount for that one.
We like her already. We want her on the show. We got to hear more stories.
Too funny. All right, so we did. Well, we know favorite pins. How how you started collecting, the most most money that you spent on a pin. What about a character or license that FiGPiN doesn't have currently that you would like to see on their vision board?
That they completely don't have, I'd have to say either Cowboy Bebop, Chainsaw Man, or maybe getting their foot in the door with like the festival circuit, getting like some Grateful Dead bear pins. They could reuse
Yeah.
the same mold for those, just different colored bears, and those would sell out like instantly. Grateful Dead fans are crazy about that stuff. Get their foot in the door there, going back to some music there.
That's cool.
But I
Yeah.
mean, Cowboy Bebop definitely number one.
Dang, that would be a good
Of
one.
the existing licenses, I think like Best Genist or what did I write down here? Shikamaru, just characters I love that are missing.
Yep. Yeah, definitely cool.
Who was
I'm not sure if you guys have seen and HotMelonz. I mean, we'll start with you. Did you see that Dan from FiGPiN Kingpin on Instagram had that giveaway that you would answer your top 3 current licenses and the top 3 licenses or pins that you want to see you made? Did you see that Professor FiGPiN kind of extrapolated all that information and put out the top 10?
Just all those stats.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. What I mean, obviously, although we have the MHA queen in the house here, Dragon Ball Z always being mentioned as the top runner for it. But it was cool because I think Cowboy Bebop was mentioned. Pokemon was obviously on there. I know a lot of people went ahead and talked about all different 80s cartoons. So yeah, I mean, and you bring up music, man. They had a lot of great music things going on in the beginning too with David Bowie and Kiss. So hopefully
Backstreet Boys? What?
What do you got, Alex?
So HotMelonz, there's been, as we kind of covered earlier, there's just been so many releases, right? One after another. What would you say within the last month, we'll say, what would be your top 5 favorite releases that they've?
Oh, that's such a tough. I mean, today's Piccolo, just because more DBZ. I really wished it was glitter, just because the green and purple glitters I think pop the most. They've been pumping out the glitters. Gotta follow that up with 1102. I carved a pumpkin with that one. That one was too perfect
cool.
for that.
I saw that. That was awesome.
There's so many. I mean, shout out to Pops and Pins with General Grievous. That's my favorite Star Wars character.
What an awesome pin.
If they ever go back and do the versions of them from the OG Clone Wars, it's game over.
Oh,
That might actually make me want to try for APs. Like a smaller line, something.
Hopefully with multiple arms.
Stuck me in, but it's just too much, it's too many of them.
So with chatting about that Piccolo, do you happen to have any information, or can you tell the fans about what that was released yesterday or today?
With Piccolo?
Right.
Yeah, that's Anime NYC exclusive.
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure only 1,000.
Correct.
Nice, Ellie. Now, is that Anime New York Con happening right now? Is it this weekend, or do we know when that is?
1 second. Bleeding into the 19th. I can't check my calendar on my phone. I'm pretty sure it's in a week or 2 from now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, weekend.
It's not
now,
this weekend. It's the
that
following
one
weekend.
after.
Yep.
So it's the weekend right before Thanksgiving.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So I heard there wasn't going to be as many. And I mean, I don't know where I even heard this from. I'm probably making it up, but I heard there wasn't going to be as many releases. But if they're already starting to drop some now, I think we have some surprises.
Even if it's just a couple of pins, the cons are such a good experience. I mean, it's a blast going to the cons. There's tons of other pin makers there. There's cosplay, a bunch of artwork, tons of other stuff to do. Just the fact that like FiGPiN's making an appearance at that sort of event is great. I'm glad they're doing more next year. Hoping for more on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Really hoping to make it out to Flop this year.
Heck yeah, that'd be
Next year,
awesome.
Yeah.
Are you local to some of the cons? Are you near the East Coast or West Coast?
I live in Pennsylvania, closer to Philadelphia than Pittsburgh, and so it's a
probably
little
neighbors,
bit of
man.
a hike to get up to New York, but it's not that bad.
Been to a con?
Pennsylvania
Oh,
represent.
Yeah.
Were you at NYCC?
Oh
Dylan?
yeah.
Nice.
I did. I ran into Battle.
I was
Actually, I
gonna say,
recognized the voice before the face. I said something even. I was like, oh, that voice.
I remember that, dude. That's so funny. That's so funny to hear. I was gonna say, I kind of remember the Spaniard.
Oh, I had the FiGPiN mask. I had the FiGPiN mask on.
Awesome.
They were sold out of the logos by the time I got to the end of the line.
Shit.
And I can't believe it, man. I convinced Amato to trade me the FiGPiN logo off his lanyard. I mean, he tells a story about handing out the logos sometimes, so I'm thinking it's not altogether too uncommon to get one from him like that. But just like after not getting one, he has to take a picture of the mask. That was one of the first conventions I went to, the first one I've ran into FiGPiN at. So that was wonderful. That definitely just like made the con.
That is too cool. Love those ones, and it's a one handed from the president.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's an epic story.
There's no way. I mean, I'm not getting rid of any of them anytime soon or at all, but definitely can't get rid of that one.
Dang, that's cool. That was an epic story. How fun. I love those cons, man. I've only been to the 2 so far, and they are a ton of fun.
It was definitely a good time for sure.
Man, John, you made me remember. I forgot something. Keep it going. I'll be right back. I don't want it to get too hot.
Okay, awesome. So we chatted about the anime con a little bit. Yep, there we go. More cats. My cat came up here and was scratching in one of the boxes I have over here.
This one's been harassing me the whole time.
Oh, he forgot a beer.
Some Hershey love.
Oh, there you go. And Yingling.
Oh,
Yingling. Sure. Yep.
That's where it's at.
So we chatted about the anime NYC, sorry. We have Nezuko, we have Piccolo, which I'm pretty sure that Piccolo is from the Cell Saga. I've been told by and Battle and Alex, you'll have to go ahead and confirm or deny that there was another Teen Gohan pin at the Flop secret tent. So I'm assuming it is from the Cell Saga, which if that Teen Gohan was at the secret tent and it is part of the Cell Saga, I'm excited to go ahead and see what other characters they have for the wave that's coming out. But with Demon Slayer, and we have obviously, Pops and Pins having, I think one of my favorite exclusives out of the wave. Don't forget tomorrow, as Battle mentioned earlier, the regular drop time and he's posted on his social medias. I know some people have shared it. He's going to have some pretty epic AP bundles, AP bundle chances. And then he's also on his Whatnot show tomorrow evening. So make sure you're taking a check out for Pops and Pins. Excited.
I just like that this wave they're really pushing the envelope with these action poses. It's really nice to see versus just the standing, very stagnant poses. And we're really starting to see a lot of differences, and the action poses are amazing. And it's just really, I don't know. I really like them, and the Demon Slayer ones look amazing. I'm really excited to put them in my collection.
I'll second that. The way that the one dropping tomorrow standing is epic. That Piccolo, the detail he has in some of his articles of clothing, the little scrapes and bumps he's got on him. He's coming forward, kind of like straight out of where he's, just got blown up. He's coming out of the smoke and he's walking forward, coming at you again. Like, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be so cool to have them in hand and see what they exactly look like for sure. So HotMelonz, there's been a couple people asking in the chat. I've actually had some people now DM me to see if I make sure that I've seen the comment or the question in the chat. So we have to ask.
Oh God.
Why wear HotMelonz? You know where do they when we were saying, oh, we're gonna have HotMelonz on the show this upcoming, people were messaging us like, what are you talking about?
It was from
I'm
like the beginnings
name.
of Xbox Live. My friend group all had names that were sort of similar, like adjective fruit. So that was what stuck with the Xbox Live gamer tag, and ever since then, it's just been a username that's I can use two like words I don't need to mess with or put numbers after this, that, the other thing, and is relatively catchy and whatever. Just most people just say melons. A lot of people get a laugh out of it, so that sort of I thought is funny throughout the years. But I mean, just middle school or high school Xbox Live days, that was the inception of that name.
Dang, so it's been around for a while. That is so fun. Those backstories are epic. Dude, this is a side conversation, nothing to do with this, but like, how about you, John or Alex? Do you guys have like back from the AOL days or maybe some game days? Like, I know I was always Blade, Lockhart. I don't know. I'm sure I had a couple other ones too. I always named my animals Mist. I don't know why, but those are like my old school names.
Sandy is back from AIM days for me.
What was it?
My Punk Sandy, that's all the way back from AIM days.
Dang.
Well, instant messaging.
Man, when you'd hear the door open and close.
You know, it's funny that you bring up AIM because I still remember my AIM was JCG BKOIN since I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know why I remember my AIM user tag there. That's funny. I played sports in high school, and I can't share my. Well, when we get off live, I'll go ahead and share what they used to call me, but I can't share that here.
Is it not safe for work?
It is NSFW. That's right.
I can only imagine now.
People are laughing that we're even talking about AOL.
This shows our age.
Well, so we'll stick with acronyms. YCS. I had no idea what it was. I actually, when Chalice had their exclusive be announced last week, I was trying to figure out why is this pin being released at YCS and realized that it was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. So, what do you guys think of Dark Magician Girl? You know, our second Yu-Gi-Oh! Pin. I know that there's been some complaints about, you know, her block hands. So whatever they're calling it there. So yeah, what do you guys think? HotMelonz, we'll start with you, man.
I'm a big fan of the glitter pins, and I'm pretty sure that I saw a picture of the original art it was based off of, and the hand like actually did make sense. But don't quote me on that one. I know I looked through my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, of which I have like less than a page of, and I did happen to have Dark Magician Girl, so I was like, maybe I can replacement backer this one or something. But big fan of the glitter pin. Glad it became available online so everyone can get it versus having to go to the con or pay extra for it.
Very cool. Yep.
Has it sold out yet?
Not to my knowledge.
I'll go on right now and find out. I know that it was on and off today.
It was down to like less than 100, I think, last time I saw.
So right now, I'm on the site.
Kept adding stock as it sold, really though. So that number, who knows, sort of.
Well, I'm on Chalice's website right now, and it's saying it's out of stock. So if that actually means that it's out of stock, or did they just not go ahead and put any more inventory on their page yet? But yes, it was.
It wouldn't surprise me if it did sell out, but
yeah. Well, so you know, and I'm really hoping, and I mean, look, I like what FiGPiN did there, and obviously, you know, Chalice being represented at the, you know, at that event, that hopefully it enough people that were not part of FiGPiN got the pin, and now we'll go ahead and become part of the community as well. So I like that they're taking that strategy of trying to reach out to all these different venues to see if they can go out and have something special for it to move forward. I mean, look, that's what they did with the Tekken, World Tournament, right?
It
So
turned out to be
Okay.
awesome pins.
I have to ask. What is with the QVC exclusive? Like, when did QVC come back
I forgot about that. That was part of the list last week. That was one of the
Like,
other.
When did QVC get an like what? I
So,
don't know.
The video.
I felt
they
like I
put
went
out,
back
that
10
was-
years.
Yeah, did you guys see it? I didn't get a chance to see how they like promoted it or anything on QVC. Did any of you see it?
I
They,
don't even have cable.
They spoofed the scene from Stranger Things with I forget the crazier mom's name, where she had the Christmas lights and all the different letters and stuff. So that was kind of cool. But the lady talked
Wyona.
about it, I mean, she was saying all type of good things, but to like an avid collector of FiGPiN, for QVC's audience, it made sense. So I'm definitely not knocking it, but it was sort of a little bit cringy. Definitely good setup there where they spoofed the stuff, but other than that, it's glad to see them that they were at a store like QVC. I think it was Wrecking Ball made a joke about Old Navy Jeanist coming next, and I'm like, yeah, we need that.
Well, my joke was Toxic Avenger is coming out next, and it's going to be an ExxonMobil exclusive. So
I need a Homer.
Yeah, but so QVC definitely an interesting. The other little thing with the QVC announcement release is the blog post said box set. It only says deluxe set when you try to go buy it on QVC. There's no picture of an actual box. They all have individual pins showing of it. I've talked with some of the staff at FiGPiN. They're saying it is a box set, but I haven't got definite confirmation from that. So I'm not positive it actually comes inside a box how the original one did, or is it just 5 individual pins that are a set together?
Wasn't
QVC,
it confirmed with no logo?
Yep, no logo.
Sorry, they had the box in the QVC video. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they were saying like,
okay.
Oh, you get these 5 pins in this beautiful box and stuff, and they were showing them.
Awesome.
So my quick
we also
understanding
had
of
that AMC release, which so that's their first exclusive too. So it's like buy here. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So with the Stranger Things, I think I watched a short clip of it, and it did kind of make a little bit of sense. I think QVC was doing this whole Stranger Things special, if you will. Like it was all kinds of crap Stranger Things, and FiGPiN happened to be one of them. So it was just like, Stranger Things is so cool. They're doing this, they're doing that. What do you think about Eddie Munson? Rock on. Like, check out this stuff. Check out these pins from FiGPiN. Kind of like HotMelonz said, they did a pretty good justice of saying, like, for their audience, if you don't know anything about it, check these out. They're really cool. Maybe we'll get those late night watchers on. Who knows? They like to spend some money. As far as the AMC one goes, that one kind of confused me. The thing for me is sometimes I don't think the proper advertising goes down. If alerts or some people in the groups don't post it, I would never know that half of these things were ever released. And while I've been way busier lately, I like to believe that we all have our finger on the pulse of these things. So, and I think they took it down. I don't know if it was prematurely released. Hopefully they have more. They didn't sell out, which I think they will. And then some of the other comments is I think FiGPiN's working really hard to line up the drops with the movie drops.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I will share. So speaking with, again, FiGPiN, several people from FiGPiN, they are definitely trying very hard to go ahead and look into the future. Obviously 2022 was planned in 2021. They had a very tough time trying to meet those timelines, because obviously some things, either not knowing that it was going to be as popular as it was, and then being like, oh, it's popular, let's get something out for it. But they really went ahead and kind of focused next year and seeing what is coming out, and trying to put it, onto their book to make sure that it will, they will go ahead and get as close as possible within their confines of, approvals, production, shipping, that whole piece of it. So they really are trying to go ahead and do much better at trying to, again, either be with the release of a movie, a show, a toy, whatever it is, or video game, as well as, meeting the timeline for their internal structure.
I don't know why you made me think of this, but I hope that we get, it's coming out, I think tomorrow, God of War, the new God of War game. Oh, I hope we get a new Kratos or Atreus pins, something along those lines. That'd be so sick.
Well, hey, there's I've seen, there's been some people that have been have early access, and I've seen them on Facebook gaming and Twitch streams and stuff like that they've been playing early access for it. And I mean, it looks amazing for sure. And there's Thor, right? Thor's in Ragnarok. So who knows, maybe they'll go ahead and throw Thor, another Thor pin that's not part of the Marvel universe out there.
That would be so cool.
Yep, for sure. I did see, just to comment back about the QVC thing, I did see someone comment, was it possible it's going to be an in-app redemption for the logo? There has been no official word on it, besides, I believe it was a motto that shared in Discord, the FiGPiN fans Discord page, that it was not going to have a logo, and it was not going to go ahead and be an in-app redemption for that as well. So just again, I'm 99% sure that that's what was said. So I'm just passing along with that information as well, that there is no logo in the box set, and there is no logo that's for an in-app redemption with that one. So Dylan, what are you thinking about all of the different? Yeah, I mean, we've talked about QVC, we've talked about AMC. I mean, do you like the strategy? Do you not like the strategy? I mean, what's your thought there?
I think with individual releases, it's probably a pretty good strategy. You get that extra traffic from just the FiGPiN community to that retailer, and FiGPiN can show that. They can market that. They can be like, oh, hey, we have this, we're going to guarantee you this much traffic just because this many people are going to buy the pen. And I think that's a really nice thing. I think what isn't good is when you take like one lineup and then you make it whack-a-mole at all these different retailers instead of just like one or two out of the lineup. I'm not the biggest fan of Chalice, but I mean, having the entire Sailor Moon lineup there was actually like sort of convenient. You could just go there. You don't need to pay shipping a whole bunch of times. You just pay it one time if you want all the pins. I think as like individual fans, when you have your whole line split up everywhere, that's kind of unfortunate. You got to go pay shipping 5 times for one pen each time and all that. Like, that's sort of an inconvenience. But other than that, I think as a marketing thing, it's definitely a great idea.
Yeah. And I agree. I mean, it's definitely been tough, and I know that for a lot of people, it has stopped them from buying the entire wave as it comes out, because a $15 pin or a $20 pin becomes a $25, $27, $30 pin, because now you're having to go ahead and include shipping for each individual pin, instead of getting 5 or 6 pins from one individual retailer, and then that shipping cost is less than $1 before each pin, right? So I do agree with you on that one for sure. It's been tough to keep up.
Gone are the days or camping a Walmart or Target to get the collectibles you want, at least. So I completely understand that. Like, if you want the product, you have to go buy it from that store. That's how it works. I mean, now you're not waiting in line at a Target. It's just how it's how buying stuff works. If you want it, that's the way you gotta go buy it from. I think a lot of people sort of don't necessarily understand that business side of it. Like they just want everything purchasable from one place, not have to pay shipping, and like that's just unrealistic. It should be spread the product around first of all, because that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everyone wants ultimately.
So, and
So-
I know, go ahead, Alex, sorry.
Sorry, no, it's okay. I was just gonna say, so speaking of like different retailers, how do you guys feel about Hot Topic coming back into the picture? Do we think it's gonna be a like online exclusive, or are they actually gonna bring it back in their box stores? You know,
I'd love to see them on shelves again.
I will say once I saw that it was, you know, a Hot Topic thing, every day I've been, you know, when I wake up in the morning and I check throughout the day, you know, I go into Hot Topic and seeing if you know, it's been added to the website, and there's only 3 FiGPiN up there right now, you know, on Hot Topic's website. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, what do I think about it? Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll see. You know, I mean, I'm sure they went ahead and saw that there's still a lot of popularity with the pins, and they were like, maybe we misjudged by not continuing a relationship with FiGPiN, and they're coming back. So I get the exciting thing is the more opportunities that people have to go ahead and buy FiGPiNs and get it out into the community, the better for everyone, right?
yeah. I mean, when I first started collecting, Hot Topic and Box Lunch were 2 of the big stores that I would hit up, you know,
Yep.
looking for pins. So along
Master
with
Roshi. Heck yeah.
FiGPiN is the only reason I know what box lunch is.
there you go.
FiGPiN is the only reason I had a desire to go into box lunch, but they actually are a pretty cool store. We have one in Albuquerque, but yeah, I didn't have any desire to go in there, but I sure as heck go in there now. I'm like, ooh, piece of candy.
Speaking about Chalice, I see Shane's in our chat. So Shane, how you doing, man? Good having you here.
Hey, Shane.
What's up, man?
So I know I didn't put this on our agenda today, but I've had a few conversations for the last week or two with several different people. So it's been pretty interesting for sure, and it has to do with first claim and reclaims. And I'd like to go ahead and chat with you guys for a few minutes about this and what you think about almost feeling the being penalized for unlocking a pin and then reclaiming it. To me, that seems that, I mean, again, to me, it seems like you're being penalized because of it, because it's a lesser, you know, score within the app. And then it's also kind of, I think, hurt the trading and selling community because of that, right? Like no one wants to go ahead and unlock a pin because they're like, oh, do I really want to unlock it right now and have a better, you know, launch position, or do I want to go ahead and have it where it's more value because will be more points for someone later on down the road? So, just wanted to get your guys' feedback, what you think. Again, my thought is that it's been hurting the community a little bit because it seems like a penalty to unlock a pin, and then, you know, to trade or resell, it's, you know, you're getting less points because of that. So we'll
the
go with you
funny
first.
thing
Go
is,
ahead, Alex.
the funny thing is, I just had a similar conversation with my sister, who doesn't even collect FiGPiN. I was telling her all about this, where back in the day when we first started collecting, it wasn't a huge deal whether or not it was already previously unlocked. I mean, some of us were even looking for who's got that first unlock, who's got that second unlock. And then when they retrograded that update, so it had to do with all your pins, even the ones that you unlocked or got traded, you know, year or two ago.
Yep.
That you still, you know, got that reclaim hit on it. And it, like you said, I think it's kind of doing a little bit of a disservice, and it's almost got that like mark of smear of it's a reclaim. You know what I mean?
So I mean, and to be fair, I don't mind it going ahead and showing, because again, it's part of the pin's
The
history, right?
story. Yep.
So I don't mind it showing that, but I think it being lesser points for the new owner, I think that's where it's hurting again the
Sure.
trading and selling community for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that the flag, the filled in versus the empty flag that it was originally was sufficient in my mind. I could have done without the extra inflation of points for that.
Well,
But
I don't mind the points. I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess it's a wash, right? In a way.
Yep.
In my mind, it should add points, and it should like show you who previously had it, because it's adding to the story. But I understand why it doesn't, because that would be abused. But the penalization to me just doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Man,
And
I'm
Battle,
gonna
we're
go.
waiting to hear about you, my friend. I would love to hear your input.
I'm gonna take the opposite side here. I'm gonna look out for my boy Mike Carrier, aka First Unlock, every original unlock. My man got a huge power boost when that retrograde when updated, and kudos to that good sir, because he has done the hunting. He has sacrificed the first unlocks, 50 unlock, whatever it is, to make sure that it shows that he is an OG, got his name on the first original unlock, if you will, original launch. So yeah, I'll take that stand on it. I think in general, I'm indifferent about it. I collect both new and unlocked pins based on what I like. But in this certain case, I'll say that as part of the story, shout out to Mike for having all the original unlocks.
You could theoretically just have the best of both worlds and just reward first unlock and no longer penalize second unlock. Just add an additional card or anything like that. It's just the fact that as soon as you give it to someone, no, I guess that is the same thing. Forget I said anything. It's still more or less points.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, kind of like what Zandy was saying is like the flag. Now, one of the things about the app is you really have to go do your homework on that. Because like if you're just new to the app and you don't really give two cares about it, you'll never know about the solid flag, the clear flag. Like you're just not. It's not until us crazy people decide that this thing's cool and we go reading into it and I'm like, hey John, hey Alex, hey Dylan, what the FiGPiN does this do? You know what I mean? And so it's not until we go down that wormhole that we start figuring out.
People have optimized the fun out of it to an extent too.
Yeah. We know how to game it.
You know what's by your serial code, what number in the launch thing you're gonna get. Which
that's crazy.
The fact that something is locked and not first claimed doesn't even mean anymore that the box you've gotten is unopened. Because someone could have unopened it and tried to get a serial that guarantees them an earlier launch and then put it back in the box. But it's not even that. By being locked doesn't even guarantee that it's unopened anymore and like never been touched. It doesn't even mean that anymore.
Well, I mean, and this is where I think that FiGPiN is the most unique out of any collectible. Is you can go ahead and open it, check the pin to see the stats, put it back, and it still be considered brand new, unused.
Or in most cases, it could become more valuable after it's been opened.
Yeah, if you get like first launch or something. And there's so many different variables. Any collector can go for any sort of different thing they want, which I think is another amazing part. I mean, you can go for first launches, you can go for unopened, you can, it's really whatever you want to try to shoot for.
Yep, for sure. So I wanted to go ahead and I I chatted about this in our chat a little bit with some friends up top here, maybe 20 minutes ago, and we just kept talking and I never went ahead and announced it. But if we remember from our last show when we had Amato on, we went ahead and Amato wanted to try to help the family of Mitchell Drucker, in his honor and memory, raise some more money for the Make-A-Wish memorial that they were trying to do through Make-A-Wish, and they were going to give away a few AP Boba Fett pins, since Mitchell was a huge, and looking at his, the social, thank you. Dylan, if you don't know, they make fun of me when I say the word huge. So that's why they held up a fake sign that I had, which they don't have because I say huge all the time. But he had a pretty awesome life and career doing cosplay as Boba Fett. So we, of course, were happy to go ahead and be part of this and help get the word out to the community to donate money to the cause, and any donation would go ahead and be part of this and giveaway. So it was 58 people that were be able to donate it. I know personally, when we first looked at this, when Amato was on the show, there was about $4,900 that had already been raised. When I checked last week, it was like $5,900, and I really think that was a big part of this community helped raise that extra money. So again, kudos to everyone, and it's if his family ever does see this, we're thinking about you, and prayers go out to you and everyone that's that was affected because of Mitchell and the situation that happened there. So but we appreciate the chance to be able to do this in Mitchell's name. So without further ado, I will go ahead and announce all 12 winners. Amato, I sent Amato the list, and of the 58 donors, he sent me back. They did a random selector. He sent me back the winners from that random selector. We have Alan Mann being the first winner. So Alan,
nice
congratulations. Job, Alan. We all know this guy because he was a guest on our show, Breckenball.
Nice.
Congratulations. We have Darth Collector. Kelsey is that username there. Emily Witt.
Nice.
We also know these next few people. We have Jason Nelson being a winner. Joseph Getty. Midnight. MW. That's how it was on there. So we'll have to find that person. Nathan Collins. We also have Queen Nerd. We all know Queen Nerd. So she's awesome. Yeah, congratulations. Sarah Wertman. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly. And V Harris also. So again, congratulations, guys. If you can go ahead and reach out to us, just to go ahead, and I'll ask Amato how he wants to go ahead, and if he just wants to have you guys reach out to him directly. Well, not directly, but have you guys reach out to FiGPiN directly to claim the prizes. I'll get that information, but just reach out to me so that we can go ahead and coordinate and make sure that you do get that stuff. So again, thank you everyone for your donations. It was totally awesome. We appreciate everyone's support there. So, again, another amazing thing about having this community and just showing how much we can come together and help people there. So
I'll briefly just second that from what John says and basically repeat what he says. Thank you very much, everybody who donated. Amazing cause. Thank you all very much. FiGPiN, Amato, thank you very much for bringing light to this. Really cool things that we could do. Together we're strong.
For sure.
Very cool. Ooh. So, we have Wookie Pool is Emily. So Emily, congratulations. You were one of the winners there. So
awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here and joining us.
I got to meet her at New York City Comic Con too. She was in cosplay. It was epic. Awesome collector.
Very cool. Awesome. What do you guys want to do now? We have a few last things to do.
That's party.
Should we
Oh, I know what we want to do first. Guys, Pops and Pins has been so very gracious, all of last month. And even today, there is going to be 2 giveaways that we're doing today. Alex Battle, do you guys think that I should tell what the 2 prizes are?
Yes.
Yes.
So the first one is a Pops and Pin logo. It was the ECCC logo that Pops and Pins did. So it's on a FiGPiN logo. It's Pops and Pins ECCC logo. So that's pretty amazing. And then there's also, he is graciously donating an AP Ironman number 492, which is the Contest of Champions.
Dang,
So
that's a cool pin.
those are our giveaways for this evening. And
What does the ECCC Pops and Pins logo look like? Do we know?
yes, I do, because he sent me a picture of it. Now I just have to scroll up and see it.
Is it funny that I'm more interested in that than the AP?
No, you logo hound.
Yeah.
We love logos.
Oh,
yeah, that
very
one's
nice.
cool.
Very nice.
Pretty cool.
Those fingers, though.
So Dylan, I'm not sure if how many episodes you watched of What the FiGPiN, but we had a very, very horrible situation happen to us when we did a giveaway.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out the name of her cat.
Yeah.
Shut up, Battle.
And I still love that people are continuing to comment even to this day. When we say that we're doing a giveaway, people just throw out random numbers because the giveaway was figure out the person's favorite number.
Oh,
and that
came
took
up by
forever.
me.
That took forever to go ahead and get that right.
The funny thing is, it was said, but yet the person listening missed it. So we were sitting there for what, 5 minutes, just like.
It was. Yeah. So if you ever do a giveaway, make sure you don't go ahead and ask people for their favorite number because it's not the right thing to do. All right.
Funny.
So, well, how do we want to do this, guys? Any clues, guys? Any help for me?
Hold on.
Does anybody know what this guy's name is?
That we're gonna name Battle's dog now.
No, don't do it. We know how that one went. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any. Do we have any Pops and Pins trivia? Do we got any Iron Man trivia? Man, I don't know. I'm terrible with stuff off the cuff. If anybody knows my dogs, then heck, I don't know.
Well, how do we want to do this, guys?
I'm thinking.
Oh, Dylan, so you shared with us your favorite FiGPiN, and sometimes people like knowing this question. Do you have a least favorite FiGPiN?
Angus Young.
Say it again.
Angus Young.
Angus Young, look at Battles.
Yeah.
He's turned there really, really quickly, man.
You're gonna.
I just don't think it's a good looking pin.
Didn't do him justice.
Yeah, it's in one of the older finishes, which I usually think pops versus the other ones on the board. But that it's just like similar to the color of his jacket and stuff. And like he's already like not that great looking of a character. And used to that looking face. Like to me, it's like the most out of place FiGPiN of all of them. I'm trying to think of the others.
I'll semi give you that. But Angus is the man, and those shorts kick ass.
Maybe if I was an Angus Young fan, I could appreciate it more.
Man, I need to figure out how to get that guy to sign my pin.
Well, so I guess, obviously your partner is right there with you because she just posted Ugly Angus in the chat there.
Yeah,
so she's in agreement with you, man. So, and thanks to our friends, Andres, Professor FiGPiN, he did come up with a pretty good question here. And it's going to be pretty quick. So, Alex and Battle will have to be on it. Guys, we are looking at the live chat. So when we ask this question, In FiGPiN Kingpin's IG posts, what is the most requested license that Professor FiGPiN was able to extrapolate? So again, in Dan's IG post, Professor FiGPiN's, what was the number one requested license out of it? All right, Stephen Morse, first person to respond there. And yep, everyone's posting the same thing. I see Stephen Morse. I don't know, Alex, do you see the same one?
Yep, Deco Pops.
All right, Deku Pops, you are correct. It was Pokemon. So congratulations. And you have, we'll give you the choice since you won. Would you like the Pops and Pin logo or would you like the AP logo there, Stephen? So just go ahead and put that in the comments. And let me see something here, because there are some people that are commenting.
He selected Iron Man.
All right, awesome, Stephen. Congratulations again. And guys, have we seen Vader Joe on the show before? I don't recognize that name either. You know what? I see someone that commented, and I believe I've never seen them comment on the show before, but I do know this person because they just recently reached out to me asking me a few questions. So we're going to go ahead and just give away the Pops and Pin logo to Ruben Reyes. So Ruben, welcome to the show. Thank you.
Awesome.
For joining us. But yeah, so Ruben and Stephen, go ahead and if you can reach out to Chris from Pops and Pins, or you can just reach out to us at What the Fig Pin. We'll go ahead and make sure we get your information over to Chris as well. But thank you, Chris, again, Pops and Pins. So the one thing I did want to mention, which we should have done before as the show started, was Chris has some amazing bundles that he does on his website. And there are 4, well, before the show I checked, there were still 4 bundles of Treehouse of Horror. You have a 1 in 5 chance of getting an AP. I would love if we can go ahead and make sure. I believe there's only, out of the 4 bundles, I believe, the 4 of them combined, there might be 10 or 15 left. So I'd love to go ahead and be able to help him out and sell the rest of those bundles. Again, a pretty impressive chance to get a bundle, an AP out of those bundles. Chris Lutz is the person that we're talking about from Pops and Pins. So if we can go ahead and help him out by trying to go ahead and see if you're interested. If you haven't picked up the Treehouse of Horror pins, you have an opportunity to get some amazing pins and a chance at an AP.
Which I don't know if everybody's seen some of those pins come out. They are really cool looking.
They are. I did like them more than I thought I was going to. So now I have to go back and try and find a Marge.
I remember you were telling me that. I don't think I have an extra Marge. And I'll have to look, see if I have any of those other extras. But remind me and I'll look.
Okay. Yeah, because John will like to hear this, but I think I'm going to pick up that Goku. I keep seeing it, and it looks fantastic. And I think I'm going to have to buy at least one.
What are we talking about?
Nice.
Hold on, what are we talking about?
The glow Dragon Ball, the Goku.
Oh, of course, you got to pick them up.
I never picked one up because, I got rid of all my DBZ and going back down that line, I don't want to do it.
Yep.
So, but I keep seeing it and and it's just a fantastic looking pen. I think I'm gonna have to buy it. So I think I'm gonna have to do it.
So Kenneth, we would love to talk about the LA Comic-Con pins, but we haven't heard anything about it yet. So once we get more information about it, And hey, look, there's only been 2 pins announced for Anime New York City. And as Battle said, we're pretty sure that there's not as many for Anime NYC, but there still is we're a week and a day away, week and 2 days away from that con starting. So I'm sure we're gonna go ahead and see maybe a few more blog posts coming up, TikTok, teaser videos, stuff like that. So just go ahead and keep an eye out on that stuff. Dylan, are you heading to Anime NYC or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it to that one.
Awesome.
Nice.
For at least 1 or 2 more pins to drop for that one. Hoping.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping they don't bombard LACC because that one's on the opposite end of the opposite end.
Yeah. Well, I guess I shouldn't have asked you that question because I'm sure people are going to start reaching out to you now saying, "Can you pick me up this pin and that pin?" So I apologize about the incoming DMs for you.
Make sure you follow HotMelonz on IG.
Yeah. So Dylan, if we can give you an opportunity to go ahead, if you wanted to share your social medias, or if there's anywhere else that people can follow you or anything that you are doing, I was looking at your social media earlier today, and on IG, and I did see the post with your staircase wall that you have going on there, so that's pretty amazing. And then obviously all the other things that you had on there, you're pretty artistic. So I liked what you were doing on there. So if you want to take an opportunity to plug where people can find you, we'd love to have that opportunity for you.
Just HotMelonz on Instagram. I usually wasn't too big on social media. I'm getting a little bit more involved in the pin community, so I'm hoping to post a bunch of cool pictures of other pin creators, FiGPiNs, this, that, the other thing. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, definitely follow HotMelonz. And I usually post stuff from Pintrill, Pinfinity, FiGPiN, Collectibles Kevin, DobaPin, whole bunch of other awesome pins.
Very nice.
Awesome. Very cool. And it's HotMelonz on Instagram. It's together, but it's not an S, it's a Z at the end, if I believe, right?
Yeah, either they didn't let HotMelonz or it was taken with Instagram for that one.
Okay. Yep. So it's HotMelonz, one word, and it's not an S, it's a Z at the end, guys. So
I want to closer to HotMelonz with an S.
Yeah. So it's funny. Kenneth is going ahead and he's asking some great questions tonight for sure. Can we talk about Villain Set and not being as hot as everyone thought it was going to go ahead and be? One, I mean, that logo, that I think it's definitely up there for being at least in the top 10 logos. As far as look. So yeah, it's surprising to me that it didn't perform as well. But then again, we run into the situation where you release commons and then you go ahead and release a box set. I think Alex is the one that pointed this out, and we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that it didn't sell, especially with the Halloween logo promotion. I'm surprised it didn't go ahead and sell out with that as being one of the options to do it for it. Speaking about logo,
a better idea of how the commons releasing before box sets works out with the Sailor Moon box set when that drops too. I feel like just because Sailor Moon's a lot more of a desirable property than the Disney villains were.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Vader Joe, any new Star Wars pins coming? I'm gonna go ahead and say that most likely that there's gonna probably be some Star Wars pins coming.
There always is.
So I've been hearing little bits and pieces, and this is what we'll finish the show with. But I'm not 100% confirmed, and I'm not going to say anything here. But if the rumor is true of what pin 1000 is going to go ahead and be, and what pin or what Ultra number 2 is going to go ahead and be,
Flash.
Flash. I am very excited for sure. So if you paid attention to our interview with a model, and he dropped, we shared the 3 hints that he's dropped so far. It kind of makes sense. So I'm hoping it's true. Again, I'm not sharing what it is because it's still not confirmed on my end, so I won't say anything. But if it is true, it's they're going to be amazing pins. definitely within an hour sellout for sure.
That's a tall order, John. Do you think so?
I'm gonna say for sure.
Yeah. Okay. We should place a bet.
Hey. But Dylan, man, it's really been a pleasure. I mean, it's been awesome. It's awesome on the wall, man. I if anyone has a chance to go check out HotMelonz on IG, you really have to take a look at his artwork and his the style that he does with the boards is definitely pretty cool. So thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. Anything else that you want to finish the show off with us, Dylan?
I think that I had an excellent time being on the show. It was great getting a chance to talk about some FiGPiNs. Definitely kudos to your wall too. That's crazy. You definitely need to find Mike Piazza though. I'm still on the hunt for 4 of the DBZs. So
what DBZ are? I mean, I'm assuming 56, 57, 70, 74, I believe, maybe.
The
97,
color over 9,000 Vegeta, and you're on the money with the 56 and 57. And I'm blanking on the 4th one right now. It's definitely one of the black and white variants.
Yeah, all good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely awesome, man. So again, thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate you. Look at this. We're getting a little.
There you go. I love it.
That is so
Nice.
awesome, man.
We got this side.
Very nice.
Very cool, man. Well, thank you for that little tour. That's awesome. Cool. Alex, anything to end the show with us tonight?
2 things. So are we going to announce that we're going back to weekly
go ahead.
shows?
Announce it.
Yeah, so you guys have spoken, and you guys wanted us to go back to weekly shows, and so we are listening, and we're going to adapt, and we're going to come back to live weekly. So hopefully you all love that, and we can bring you more content, and especially the way these drops are going. I mean, we definitely have enough content for weekly, so yay. But with that being said, we do need your guys' help to help we want fresh blood on our show. So if you have any interest in coming on, talking to us, sharing your FiGPiN experience and how you started collecting, please reach out to me, and we'll get you set up at a time, and we'll go from there.
Come chat with us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Should be a lot of fun.
We're excited. Yeah. We don't have anyone for next week yet, do we?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, I mean, we're always putting our feelers out there. So I bet, if you're brave enough and want to go ahead and reach out to us and say, hey, I want to come on, and we'd love to go ahead and chat with you guys. I'm sure Dylan can go ahead and, express. I mean, it's been a fun hour and 10 minutes here.
Yeah. It's pretty chill conversation. It's a lot less not nerve-wracking at all. Just sitting here chatting about FiGPiNs.
That's right, man.
Exactly.
That's kind of the general consensus. Tons of people are like, I'm too scared. I don't know about live. Like I this and that. And then after they're done, they were like, oh, I was only nervous for like the first 2 minutes. And then we started talking FiGPiN and had a great time.
So circle back to everyone that asked for weekly shows. Make them come on.
Yeah, that's
exactly. There you go.
We just want to hear.
We appreciate the feedback, and I mean, there was actually some people that shared some good back end insight for YouTube of not having it be weekly. So we really appreciate everyone's feedback about this, and between Battle, Alex, and I, we were able to go ahead and work it that we can go ahead and go back to a weekly show. Not all of us might be available. I mean, obviously, Battle and I are doing these new venture things, so all 3 of us might not be on every show, but we're going to go back to a weekly show just so we can go ahead and bring the latest, greatest, and get to meet amazing people like Dylan.
For sure.
Speaking of the YouTube thing, we are, I think, 15 people away from 500. Please share the word. Go like, subscribe. For the people who haven't watched already, we have an awesome pin to give away at the 500 mark. So make sure that you're within that 500. Start liking that.
We do have a pin to give away at the 500 mark, but It's not the
The
pin,
pin.
the pin.
But it's still an epic pin.
Yeah, it's still an epic pin. Yeah. So we have a Stitch swap exclusive that we're gonna go ahead and give away at pin number at subscriber number 500. Not to subscriber 500.
15 away.
Yeah. So go ahead and make sure that you're you're sharing us out there. And at
Hit that
pin
like
number
button.
1000, at subscriber number 1000, we have our gin that we're going to be giving away there. So see, I did it by the time covering up the AP sticker, guys.
Again, it's not an AP, unfortunately.
Yep.
He just likes keeping it in the fancy sleeve.
Well, thank
Battle,
you
what
so
about you, my
much.
friend? Go ahead, Alex.
Thank-
Sorry.
I was just gonna say thank you again, Dylan, for coming on. It was really nice getting a face with the name, since I know me and you have talked prior to you coming on the show. So it's always been a pleasure, and hope you come on again sometime, maybe next year.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Of course.
Awesome.
Had
Battle, what
tons
about
of
you, my
fun
friend?
this evening. I'm glad that I was able to meet you in person and now bring it back full circle and talk about it and put another face to a name. And I hopefully see you at more cons, and definitely hope to talk to you again.
Yeah, I'm hoping to run into more of the team at Anime.
Heck yeah.
Definitely cool. Yeah, guys, so it's another amazing show. Thank you so much for joining us. And Dylan, I'm not sure if you've seen up to this far in any of our shows previously, but our show used to be FiGPiN boosters, and as boosters, and we always joked around that our catchphrase was right in the middle of the flop coins. If you don't mind, Battle, go ahead and count down and give your best boost awesome with us. So guys, it's John, Battle, and Alex with What the FiGPiN. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you're liking, subscribing to our channel. Pass the word around. We've gotten some great a lot of traction on Instagram as well as Facebook. So, plenty of stuff that we can go ahead and share with you. We try to go ahead and drop any information. Oh my God, guys, I just thought about this. What about the Sanrio Strawberry King and My Melody pins that were announced too? That was
There
another
was
one that
so many.
it was like
There's so
randomly
many.
on the website there. So yeah,
I
so
almost missed Strawberry King.
I know, yeah. So it's pretty interesting that they're coming out with that, which is pretty. We're about to finish the show, and I'm keep rambling on here. It's the first Sanrio pin that wasn't really like a Hello Kitty-ish, like that style character, right? I know it's part of their universe, but like a totally different character than what we've seen before. So it was cool to see that they're bringing something fresh into the mix of the Hello Kitty universe there.
Mhm. Jeez, finish the show already.
I know, seriously. Well, we will catch you next week, guys. As always, it's been a pleasure. Battle, I'll let it to you, my friend.
All right, so I want to talk about FiGPiNs. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you all who joined. Without the audience, we'd be nothing. We appreciate it. Thank you all very much for your contributions again. Until next week, in 3, 2, 1, battle off.
Awesome. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Ciao.